Yes, from my research, that students or workers who are intrinsically motivated to work or to study tended to have better mental health and also lower levels of shame and better ethical judgments. And this intrinsic motivation means that you are inherently motivated to do something. So doing the action by itself is rewarding for you. It's satisfying or interesting, or for example, satisfies like curiosity, those kind of things. On the other hand, like extrinsic motivation is all about external rewards. So you're not particularly interested in that behavior, but you are motivated to do so because of the external rewards. So money, fame, recognition, those kind of things. And then, yeah, and not surprisingly, that if you are intrinsically motivated, yeah, you have better mental health, less shame, and also better ethical judgment. While extrinsic motivators tend to have poor mental health, high shame, and unethical judgments. I see. The research into this motivation among PhD students hasn't been done much, but there's a study about motivation and mental health in PhD students. I think the subject was limited to medical studies or other healthcare studies, as you would imagine that study motivation, academic motivation of intrinsic nature tends to relate to poor mental health. I mean, it's kind of easy to imagine, like, in PhD studies, you have to be passionate about what you're studying. And if you don't have that passion, it's very difficult to follow through your PhD studies. So you really need to be interested and, you feel happy, you feel pleasure from learning it. Otherwise, it's really, really difficult. I see. Yes. I think it's a very human nature that once extrinsic reward is around the corner, your intrinsic motivation gets a little bit clouded. Good example is that, for example, like a football player, like as a child, they love to play football for free. And then they become professional and they get like huge salary, and their motivation was justified by money. And next year, their salary will decrease from £2 million to £1 million, and then they lose motivation to play, which they used to do it for free. So this is kind of, scary thing about motivation, that if you are attached too much to external reward, you lose motivation, you lose inherent pleasure. And then how this applies to PhD studies may be that when you are almost getting the title of doctor, or completion of PhD, you may be a little bit swayed towards external rewards of this recognition title. And then you will still have to be intrinsically passionate to follow through your studies. That can be difficult. So I think my advice for those who are in PhD program is that to be related to your intrinsic motivation, and then be conscious or aware of your intrinsic motivation. What, kind of maybe happiness of pursuing what you love to do, feeling interest, fascinated about your findings, those kind of things. And if you keep that mind, you can still hold your intrinsic motivation that will drive you healthily and smoothly